to find her, and it all went haywire.
that would be a problem.
Yeah. So you're in Boston right now?
Yeah,
How's that going?
pretty good. It's been fun.
You work at WSI?
Yeah, yeah. So it's been a cool experience so far. We're in the middle of a big upgrade on our. I don't know if you've ever used Grads,
Yeah.
but we're in the middle of upgrading all of our graphics with that. So I've been learning that and trudging through its wonders. But yeah, it's been pretty good. We actually had some really big storms come through earlier today.
Today?
Yeah, there was a tornado warning, like.
Oh yeah, you guys are
10
farther north where there was actually some wind shear, so
Yeah,
you got some stuff.
yeah.
Okay, Brandon's having an issue again. This happened last week. For some reason, when I invite him, he doesn't get the invitation. But then I invited you. You came in fine. I don't know. Let me give him a couple more minutes. Just kidding. Here. Are the speakers on by default? Yeah. I don't know. Speakers over.
Oh, they're on.
Yes, they are. It's gonna be really loud. Oh, maybe I have to change the input. Okay, well, can you hear it with just my laptop? Alright, let me.
I might move over there in a second.
Okay. Ryan should be here whenever he ever gets here. Alright, it's frozen. Alright, I invited Michael. If Michael can join. And Brandon can't, that's an issue. Got to FaceTime me on my phone or something. This is such an issue.
Why is it that, like, I can text and type it to anyone all day, but when it comes to writing emails, I can't write for shit?
I have no idea. That's a good point. Alright, maybe I deleted Brandon. I don't know. Here, Catherine, I'm going to send you this link on Facebook and see if you can join it from this link. Where is your chat? I don't know. This should be easy. I don't know why it's a problem. Brandon joined us one time on Google Hangouts. It worked fine, and now, for some reason. Can you click on it?
I clicked on it. It's like install a plugin, but
Oh, so you can't do that on this computer.
yeah.
All right, Michael should. All right, let me invite Brandon this way. If you can't join this way, I have no idea. Do we have another person? Is there another person?
Hey guys.
Ah, all right. There's one. We're trying to figure out how to get Brandon to join this.
Yeah, it would not show up on my email or Hangout at all.
That's weird. Well, I sent Brandon the same link I sent you.
Yeah.
So he read it, so he should be joining any second now.
What y'all up to?
What are we up to?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I accidentally blocked Brandon because he says, oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh man.
Oh, no. How do you unblock someone?
I have no idea.
Sure.
Oh.
So I heard pretty good storms today.
Who? Raleigh did?
Yeah.
Yeah, Avon Ferry was flooded. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, there was a report of 3 3/4 inches in 1 hour.
A lot. Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much got screwed over today.
Where are you again?
Just southeast of Fayetteville.
Oh. That's where
Nothing.
Catherine's from.
Kind of.
It's kind of.
Almost southwest of Huntsville.
Oh.
Well, actually,
South
west of
in general.
Yeah.
Wait. Why is it blocked? I don't understand. How do I look at my circles? I don't even know how to do that.
Google Plus shit. There's no less.
I don't use it enough to like know how to. All right, how do you add someone through email? Yes.
What the fuck?
What?
Shouldn't it have shown up by now?
I don't even know how to add you to my circles, Brandon. Let me FaceTime on my damn phone. How do I add you to the circle again?
Hi. Are you on Google Plus?
Yeah, let me change my camera view. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Where do I go?
Okay. Do you see at the top where it says home? Top left corner.
Is my camera frozen?
No, just a poor connection.
Top left corner, there's home. Oh, I see it.
Okay, click on that.
Yeah.
See where it says people.
No. I see you may know, and I see like friends, family, acquaintances, more.
Are you in the people
Oh,
screen?
people. Found them. Okay.
Okay.
Ryan
And
Boyle.
there's a under screen where it says find people.
Yeah, search for anyone. B-A.
Okay, no.
Black.
Click
At.
on, right, do that.
Wait, can you see what I'm doing?
No, I can hear what you're doing.
Oh. Yeah, you don't show up. No, so let's try a different way.
Okay, don't stay where you are.
Yeah.
You see where it says more at the top? Like top bar should say find people, have you circles, and more.
It just says your circles.
Just have you in circles.
Oh.
Do I pop up?
No, you're not in here. Yeah, I see the history where I had that video call with you before and I messaged you on it. I don't know if you got that.
Nope.
You're not showing up at all. How did this happen?
Hold on here.
Like, I can't click on your name. I can't find... Oh, add to circles. Friends. I just added you to my circle.
Okay.
Can you go see if you can click on that link again?
Hold on here.
What? It's already late. Oh my god. I sent you the link.
Oh, I'm trying to. There's a way you can do this, but
What do you mean a way you can do it? Try clicking on my link again.
alright, go to Google Plus. Oh no, it won't let me.
Let me see if I can add you.
Alright, if you go to Google Plus, make your home, then go to circles.
Google.
Go to your home.
Alright. How do I go to my circles? I added you. In the
No, I'm
circle.
trying to block.
Yeah, you're not showing up.
Okay, Sam.
What?
Do what I just told you, where you go to people, then your circles.
Okay.
Go to the people.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not showing up again.
Then click go to where it says more.
I don't have a more tab. I have find people have. Oh, your circles. Oh.
Okay. You see that button.
Yeah, I do.
Click on actions.
Yeah. You blocked?
Block.
Oh, you're blocked. How the hell?
Okay, unblock.
I just unblocked and added you to the circle. You get it?
Hold on a second.
Why were you blocked? I must have accidentally clicked on something.
Okay.
Can you join it? This is working on minute like 20 now.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Ah, yes. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Let me open up what we already have.
everybody.
open up the Penn State Constitution, and then we can talk about this.
It's been a long day.
You're telling me we lost Stephanie. We thought she like got it. Someone was like, I hope she didn't get abducted, and I was like, I hope not either.
Oh, God. You guys. It's a walking disaster.
Who?
You.
Alright, cool, whatever. Okay, never mind. Let me find Devin's message. What are you laughing at?
Yeah. Mark predicted this tree would snap.
Did you really?
No. It's a joke.
Oh.
Thing.
He never did his streaming thing. That was disappointing.
Yeah, maybe he got arrested.
Okay, well, Devin, I'm just gonna... Are you good right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I'll just introduce you to some of the people. First, who's in the room. This is Catherine Opalka. She frequently comes out chasing us. Ryan Ratcliffe is not here because he's late, as always. But we're starting without him because he's always late. He comes and chases with us a lot. Obviously, Brandon, who's always with us. Michael just recently started coming to our meetings that we unofficially set up this past spring. And there are a couple other people that have came out. So, all right, what do we want to talk to you about? Brandon, do you remember any specific questions about the Constitution that we wanted to ask?
No.
Well, let me look over it.
Why don't you, can you share it with Devin?
I have it up, so I can.
Oh, okay.
I can see it. I mean, if you want to share it for other people, see it.
Oh well, no. I think Brandon's talking about our Constitution that we're working on.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't have that.
Okay, let me share that with you real quick. What's your email again?
drb5272@gmail.com.
All right, I think you. I sent you it, so you should be able to get it. Yeah. There's something I was reading today in the Penn State one. I was like, oh, I should ask him about this. Because I was transcribing ours into like the right format, and I was like, oh, that should be something we ask about.
We really need to start writing some things down.
Yeah, I know. I need to start keeping a log of these meetings we have. Okay, so you guys limited yours to just what was that? Earth and Mineral Sciences.
Yeah.
Was that? I mean, we're limiting ours to just specifically meteorology right now because I don't know if some of the people in our department would like think it's wise to invite anyone else besides meteorology.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if we have anyone outside of meteorology that's actually in ours. I think it was more almost a workaround for people that might like start in meteo like freshman year and then drop out and switch to something else in EMS. But I think that was pretty much the whole reasoning behind that.
Yeah, we actually, when we were writing our part about that, we did account for that. What we said is they had to have taken the intro meteorology class at least to be in the club, or like that was a minimum requirement, I think. So that's limiting it to just meteorology students or people who were in meteorology and then transferred out.
Yeah, I think that's, as long as the school will let you get away with that, that seems pretty fair to me.
Oh, we have no idea what the school let us get away with yet. Cause
well, that's the $1 million question.
That's gonna be fun.
So, and then you guys allowed grad students in your club too?
Yeah, I guess we say that.
I don't know if you
Again,
explicitly stated anything about that.
I don't know if it's even necessary to specifically state. Well, I remember why, or at least I think I do. I think that had something to do with usually it's your club, and actually I'm not even sure if that's technically how it's supposed to be, because I'm pretty sure if you have a club, it's supposed to only be open to like undergraduates, at least at Penn State. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess they let us get away with that, but we haven't really had anyone
Yeah.
who's a grad student join.
I looked at the AMS Constitution, the NCSU one, and they said that grad students could be active members, but they can't hold office. So
That's probably a wise way to do that. Is copy those.
yeah, we just copied that from that. We just left that.
That's how we came up with a lot of ours too. Is we kind of pulled pieces from other clubs.
Okay. And I mean, your officer roles, that was kind of not really much different. You do president, vice president, secretary, treasurer.
Yeah.
You can't really change that up that much in any club. But then you had officer of trip affairs. Our thing isn't just during the summer, so we made an officer position and we'll probably try to think of a better name, but right now we're just calling like trainers or something. And that's people that they need a certain amount of experience and like to be a trainer, and they're in charge of. They're kind of in charge of like coordinating the chases a little bit, like the cars and stuff. But their big job is to train the people who haven't been on chases before, so that they're acclimated to that.
Oh yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I would think. Yeah, the reason we had so many officers listed there was primarily kind of just out of there were 9 of us that started it, and we felt it would be fair for everyone to have a position. It would be kind of unfair if someone like didn't. So we kind of just scaled it that way. We've actually cut it back for next year. Not we, I guess, but the rest of them they only have 5. So there's like the typical 4, and then fundraising, and then they actually are, I think, making trip affairs into just something underneath that.
Yeah, because you had didn't you have like a fundraising someone and stuff like that?
Yeah, we had like a fundraising. So we ended up with 2 fundraising co-chairs and 2 trip affairs people, which again was pretty much just to fill all 9 people, to give all 9 people a spot. But yeah, I guess as we were, because obviously we didn't want to have to elect 9 people every year, because there just frankly won't ever be 9 people that'll be qualified probably. So we tried to kind of prioritize what the most important thing is, and we thought it would be more useful to have someone on the exec board doing fundraising than say like trip repair stuff. We figured the other officers can help on that more. But that said, I think the trainer thing is useful, definitely.
Yeah, what we did is we have 5 officers right now. 2 of them are trainers. One of them is covering both secretary and treasurer, since that's not we don't even have money, so
so much for a treasurer.
And then we have vice president and president. So we have 5 total. Someone else, this other senior asked me the other day if he could be an officer, and we might split up the secretary and treasurer so that he gets a position. That'd be 6, but that'd be the most we'd ever.
There would be a trade-off for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
But
6. I wouldn't go much more than 6. That would seem. I've done ones with 5 before, and
at that point you have too many heads butting.
Right. Yeah, we also made it. I don't know if there's an actual requirement here for how many members you need. I think it was to start a club you needed 4 people and like 4 officers or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's different in Penn State or not, but
we were well above that just with officers, so we weren't concerned.
Yeah. So what we did is we said there had to have been a minimum of 4 group members, and they could all be officers. So I think that was that. All right. I think a lot of what like the voting and all that. I mean, we can figure that out. Most of the things we wanted to talk about was about safety and liability, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's the big unique thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a no-no.
The Storm Chase Club versus like everything else is pretty typical.
Yeah. So you guys, a bunch of your vehicle safety. So when you said the driver is responsible for his or her vehicle, are you just saying that it's just like they're out on the road like any other day?
Well, I mean, we're talking specifically about chases, but yeah, I think the idea there was that like the university or the club aren't held responsible for the driver's vehicle.
We stated that specifically in that the university wasn't liable, that the driver was on their own, the passengers were with the driver by themselves, you know. And then you just said the basic things like insurance and like registration and all that. Did the university like really care about that stuff? Like, what about like people's driving records and stuff?
Do we have anything?
You said,
I guess it says anyone that has more than one speeding ticket or serious violation. I don't know if we ever.
what?
Yeah, I don't know if they ever asked us specifically to like verify.
Okay, because we were considering to like gain the trust of whoever is going to help us in the university, that all the officers were going to make resumes, and on the resume they were going to have their chase history and their like safety record, and part of their safety record would be their driving record. But I don't know if we needed to include that if no one's really going to care about it, like the driving record part at least.
I mean, I feel like as long as none of you have done anything particularly egregious, it's probably not necessary. They probably assume that it's okay.
I mean, no, I haven't done anything bad, so.
No, none of us have. I mean, unless getting close to tornado counts. That's
Well, I don't think you got pulled over for that, so they probably.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good thing to bring up. Actually, you probably don't want to go mentioning to them while you're trying to explain. Oh yeah, we're safe drivers and stuff. That we got close to tornado once. That's probably not a good idea, as I'm sure you could figure out.
Oh yeah, we don't really talk about that day too much.
Oh, you're talking about Garner? Oh no.
Yeah.
That day never happened. We're gonna fail to mention that on our resume because the only people that know about it are us and some others.
That's the good way to do it.
Yeah.
We weren't even aware there's a tornado. We weren't storm chasing. All right.
We missed that one completely.
Okay.
It was a Saturday night. Question is, what's next on the agenda?
Emergency situation, extreme situation, safety precautions. We didn't really follow that exactly because yours. You said somewhere where you would stay, you wouldn't get any closer than 1 mile to the storm.
Yeah, I think that was a specific requirement the university gave us. I think. It might not.
Like, who decided that distance?
Like I said, I think it was the university that did. I mean,
they were just like, 1 mile.
Seems fairly reasonable, and obviously, you can't really measure it, but the idea is, I guess, just to stay far enough away.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they wanted a specific distance.
We don't ever get really close, but this year, I don't know, how far were we away from that Friday tornado? Like, we were probably within half a mile, but we were in a perfectly safe location. We were behind
the first time it touched down was probably about a half a mile. The second time was about 2 miles. I measured it out.
Yeah, but then that Tuesday, we were right behind that thing.
Autryville was right there. Autryville was probably half a mile.
No danger at all. That's why it's really like.
Was in front of us. I'm talking about the one with the really good structure.
That was Goldsboro.
Yeah, Goldsboro. It was
Yeah,
definitely point.
maybe at one point, but
It was also
oh,
much just scud. That
yeah, true. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's something when we talk to whatever advisor we talk to. If
never happened.
Not Max
I guess
Park.
there's really no way to enforce it strictly, though. That's
There really isn't. I mean,
Are we gonna-
there's no way to know.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
the only way that they would know is if you crash your car into a tornado.
Right, yeah. If you actually get picked up by the tornado, clearly you went within a mile. But
it grew like El Reno. It grew.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes this is what we do. I don't know. If you feel like it's too restrictive or something to do it, I guess you could always try not including it. And
Well, what we did is, let me find where we said it in ours. We said something about if the navigator, crap. Yeah, okay. We said the navigator of each vehicle deems whether each situation is safe for the team to proceed. So we left that up to like. Plus, we also defined before that. We defined the roles in the chain of command in the car, and obviously the navigator is like number one, and we described exactly what the navigator does.
yeah,
And like he's the one who's directing everything in the car, and then the driver was like under that, and then the other passengers, they could still voice their concern, but they weren't really.
right. Okay.
Unless they truly feel that they're threatened, then they can.
So then, with a lot of the
then
safety,
make a decision, turn
a
around.
lot of it was up to the navigator to determine if the situation was safe or not.
I think that's a perfectly valid way of putting it.
Yeah. 'Cause
If you when you end up, because I'm sure you'll end up talking to risk management people at some point, if you can like provide example, well, it's just you have to. There's no way around it, basically.
Yeah.
If you can have like an example of like some situation that you might see yourself in there, and you could maybe walk down like how the navigator would basically identify it. I feel like that could be to your advantage. It's usually good to have it like rehearsed and not have to like think of something on the spot, because I feel like, and I never met with any of the risk management people. Other people did that, but I feel like that's something that could come up. They might ask for an example of how it might work.
That's a good point. We went over like extreme situation stuff, and it was basically like the navigator determines if you can get out, and then the driver determines if the road conditions are safe enough to get out, and then like if it really came down to it, and the navigator was like everyone needs to get out of the car, like get in a ditch or something, then that was the navigator's decision. So we listed like. We kind of listed situations there, but I mean, yeah, if we have to present someone with what we're going to do if this happens, then we might have to think about that and plan that out a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, they're probably not going to like grill you, hopefully not, on like every single possible situation, especially because
They're not
probably
meteorologists either.
A,
So
they're not meteorologists, and B, they probably know as well as you do that in a real life situation,
It's not going to go as planned.
some organization to it, but realistically, people are probably going to,
Panic.
work together to, keep each other safe. So, regardless of how it actually shakes out.
I know we have Google Maps, but I feel like everyone should have a certain element.
like offline map.
Yeah, they should at least go going and stuff like that without Google Maps.
I mean, in our car we have the offline maps, but I don't really know the compass. I don't know.
That's
I
what
don't know
mean,
another way
like,
to
just,
do
like,
it though.
Just know your like directions and stuff, or like at least what state.
Well, that's why navigators have to have. We said that they have to have a certain amount of experience. So, yeah. Well, all right. So that was most of the like actual Constitution part, and then you had to fill out a waiver, which but your waiver was different because you were with that company. A lot of the stuff in that waiver
Doesn't apply.
with that company. So we couldn't really entirely figure out how we needed to make ours different so that it's with the university instead of with that company.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll see. I feel like Lexi probably still has ours somewhere. She's the one that actually put the Sioux Chase one together. So afterwards, I'll ask her if she still has it, if she can send it over to me, and I'll send that one to you because that'll be more actually useful to you.
So that was like the one you had to give to the university, or you had to like have on file?
Yeah. Yeah, basically, anyone that went filled one out that was like that the university is responsible for anything that happens on the chase. And then I think the trip affairs person probably kept the copy of those while we went. And then the drivers had to fill out the form that was that they can whoever owns the vehicle is giving them permission to drive.
So like the driver's form was different than the.
Yeah, they had a second form they had to do.
Okay. Do you remember any? I mean, you're gonna send that to me. Do you remember any like? Are there any key points that you can tell us about that you'd think we'd need to know about?
I mean, they're pretty standard. They're basically just like they're like any other admission of risk form you've probably filled out a lot of times. It's basically just saying it's dangerous. There are inherent dangers in doing this, but we accept that. And yeah, in the driver one, it was basically just to like show which vehicles it was. And the primary thing we wanted with the vehicle one is, especially since a lot of like students don't own their cars. Technically, they're like their parents own it and they just use it.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure that whoever actually owned the car was specifically giving them permission to take it.
Oh, okay. Is that why you included that in your constitution about you said, let me find it. If a member wishes to use his or her parent's car for the storm chasing trip, he needs a waiver that gives them clear consent.
Yep. Yeah, that was for that.
So, okay,
yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I thought that was like if you literally like went home and borrowed your parent's car or something. I didn't. But it's a good point because we don't actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't actually own my car, and I'm sure a bunch of other people don't actually own my car.
Yeah, that was basically it. Because you also probably don't have like your own personal insurance. You're probably on your parents' policy and stuff like that. So it was more just a matter of getting that settled up. And I'll tell you, that was actually for like the big Midwest trip. That was definitely the hardest part, was getting people to agree. Thankfully, we had one guy that was like he's ex like Army, so he's like 25 and obviously has his own car, so that was easy.
So like the people's parents had problems with it?
What?
People's parents had problems?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not many.
I don't think
not many
none of
parents
our
want them going to
Well,
everyone
that's
knows.
Midwest.
now, the important thing to note, all of these like big documents and stuff, we only ever used for our like summer chase, our big like Midwest chase. If we were just like going around Pennsylvania or something, it was kind of, it was more just like low key, under the radar type stuff. I mean, you didn't really fill out any fancy documents for that.
I mean, a lot of our big chases are actually like in North Carolina, though. It's
Right.
kind of rare that we leave. Besides the 2 times me and Ryan did this summer, but that wasn't really. We didn't plan those meetings or anything. It was just me and Ryan deciding that.
Right. Yeah. You have to determine what, I guess, a personal chase versus an official club chase.
Yeah. So did their parents have to sign that?
I think so.
Oh boy. All right. I guess that's something you can just like fax or scan, and they can sign it and then fax it back.
Some way to do that. Yeah.
I'm sure.
The hard part was not. I'll put it this way: the hard part was getting people to sign the form. The hard part was getting people to actually take their cars.
Yeah.
To the dust for a week.
Yeah. That's a lot of miles when you go out west like that.
Yeah. That was the primary thing.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll have to, since most of your since you seem to do a lot more like local chases that might be a little longer than like our Pennsylvania ones, that might be something to consider. I'm not really sure how you handle that differently.
Well, I mean, there's only like 4 of us that ever use our cars anyways. It's
Yeah.
usually me, Brandon, Catherine brings her car sometimes, Ross drives his car, so that's 4 people. So I mean, really, unless some of the freshmen decide they want to drive too, which I don't know if we'll allow them to do it first.
I
But
wouldn't.
No,
But
yeah,
no, that's a no-no.
yeah. But anyways,
No.
it would only be 4, so we don't have to get 4 people to sign it. And then I guess, was your waiver good for the whole summer? I guess for you.
yeah, like I said, we only ever used it for the Midwest trip. We didn't use it for any, like, we didn't make it till like the middle of April. So.
I feel like we'd probably make our forms a year long. It'd be valid for
Yeah,
on the officers are in their positions.
I think that's fine. That's actually probably
Alright.
it's probably a better way of doing it. That way, parents or owners are giving their permission like for the whole year, not just for one thing. But
Yeah, because there's some days like this year we went out on Friday, and then Monday me and some other people went out. Tuesday everyone went out. Wednesday everyone went out again. So
yeah, and you're not gonna, you're not gonna like make a new form every
yeah,
day.
that would be
It's gonna be one form.
There's no reason. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's probably useful to have something, but I wouldn't get too caught up on it.
And then another thing with ours regarding the officers, what we decided to do, I mean, we're trying to make our Constitution as like university friendly as possible to prove that like we're responsible with what we're doing. We're not just our advisors. I don't know what you think, but when I talked to him, he's like, yeah, it's a free country. You can go drive wherever you want. I'm like, okay. And then someone else emailed him about they're trying to start a sounding club, and he mentioned the storm chasing club, and he still did not like it at all. He made it sound like we were just gonna drive into the middle of this tornado and like send all these freshmen in there. And I'm like it's a little bit more organized than that.
We're forcing them to go.
But no, anyways, so we decided for the officers, since the officers were mostly going to be the ones that are driving and navigating anyways, we decided that we're going to elect officers in December, and we also decided that you would need at least a year's experience with the club to even be eligible to be an officer. So then the reasoning behind doing the December election is you get elected in December, and then you have all of spring to catch up and get trained as an officer and see exactly how the club works and how the safety works. And then the officers' positions carry through the summer, and then the new ones start at the beginning of the next school year. So the officers have 6 months of training before they even are officers.
I think that's a good way of doing it. I've been in a couple of clubs where we had elections in December, and I like it for that reason. The old people are still there, for the most part, for the full spring semester.
Plus, yeah, if someone drops out in the spring, then there'll already be an officer elected, and they can just jump right into that.
Yeah.
And also, not to mention, it kind of gives some ease to the new officers, because then it's not like they're taking over a whole club with no training. It's just, oh, here's the club, have fun.
Right.
That was AMS's. All right, well, I don't know. Those were the big things. Does anyone else? Ryan probably has something to say, but I don't know. He just texted us. He's not even.
He won't be here till 9.
We're at 9, so yeah, forget him. All right. Anyone else have anything big to say? Because other than that, you don't have to stay for the rest of the time. We're just gonna be finishing writing the Constitution.
Yeah, I mean, we basically just have some small things to cover up towards the end here.
Michael, do you have any comments?
No.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for clarifying some things, Devin.
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
So
thanks,
you
Devin.
said you're gonna send me that that form.
Yeah, I'll try and get those forms.
Okay.
Already.
Yeah. After we write the Constitution, it's basically gotta write those liability forms. We gotta make the resumes for the officers, and then we gotta. I don't know. By the time we get all that done, school's gonna be starting. So
Yeah.
By that time it's gonna be.
I'm trying to send out the first email about this on August 1st.
Uh,
I wanted it to be done by then. So.
We got some work, but.
All right. Well, then you're good to leave any time. So.
okay. Sounds good. Well, good luck, and yeah, let me know if you have any other questions.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Devin.
All right. See you guys.
See you.
All right.
All right.
You want to finish writing this Constitution?
Yeah. Yeah, let's finish this. Knock this out. We'll probably get half this done before. I saw you. I saw you made some changes. It's really organized.
Well, I left all the old stuff we did, and I just ended up rewriting everything into the right format. So I can finish doing that later, but.
Yeah, I see.
Still had a few sections.
Yeah.
That we didn't cover. So then we did officers. We did elections. I think it was after elections is the stuff. Okay, so then those were officers. All right. Did we go over meeting times?
What do you mean? Like actual times or?
We did do meetings. Never mind.
Yeah, we did meetings.
Okay, we did all the meetings.
Yep.
Voting.
We did chase car rules and stuff. Then we put voting in.
Oh. Yeah, where is it though? We did elections. Was that part of the election section?
Yeah, that's voting. I think.
Wait a second. I thought I took that out. I thought I moved it.
I mean, if anything, it would go under elections. I mean.
A, B, C.
I mean, officer elections occur in December, and elected officers remain in blah blah blah. I mean, basically, the voting process is going to be. It's we could put it under elections, section B or section C, like C1. See where that is?
Okay, yeah, well, it looks like we did. The election section is all the voting.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that you don't specifically say is how we're going to vote.
Yeah, we need to mention that.
I mean, basically, it's just probably how we do it. Write it on a piece of paper and move on.
Okay. Do we say something about only active members can vote? It's a simple majority. I don't think we included that.
Yeah, add that.
We need to. I'll put that at the top, and someone needs to change the letters. We need to go put the car thing in there too, because remember we left that out because we were like, who's going to use the parents' car? Yeah, so.
Damn it. Is that it?
Yeah, just B is the last one.
Okay. You still got to do some organization here.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it on this part. I mean, that's on that other part we'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to add in that. I guess that'd be under liability.
Yeah, that'll be the first line. I have to get permission, and then you can say see driver's waiver or something like that in parentheses. Wait, what's the quorum? Is that
Right.
like?
I got this. All right. It must have a parent sign the vehicle.
Yeah, they need permission. Alright, so then we got voting. Then the big things, elections. Yeah, our voting in election. Alright, the next thing we have to do are finances. I don't know if we can write the finances for you yet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
This is what I put for the
yeah, we
liability.
can.
I just said all drivers whose name is not on the title of the car must have a parent sign the vehicle liability form.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. It's whoever's name is on the title is whoever owns the vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. I put that under liability, but it's number 4 under liability. So, because the first 3 talk about the
Yeah, that's fine.
individual chasers, and then the next in chase liability, and the second one talks about car liability.
Alright, so finances.
Where are we putting that?
It's just gonna be under.
Club meetings.
Yeah, I'm just putting this stuff in. We can change the order later. All right, so I'm gonna read what they said for their finances, and we'll see what we can do. They said all organizational funds are to be deposited and handled exclusively through the associated students' activities. I guess that's probably our. Who's the people who pays for the clubs? What's that called?
Student government?
Student body or whatever.
Something like that. Whoever our person is. All right, and this says PSU Chase will not have an off-campus account. PSU Chase will collect dues that will not be excessive. We're not even going to have dues, though. Unless we're required to. Are we required to?
I mean, it would get us gas money.
But you'd need, like, to make them relatively expensive, get, like...
$5 for every person.
Plus, we kind of want to get, like, I mean, everyone's going to end up paying for their gas anyways.
Yeah.
At least at first, so, I mean, I don't think we need dues.
Yeah, I don't think
The
we need
executive
them.
board will determine dues. Dues shall be collected once per semester. And then it says, the officers of PSU Chase may spend up to 20% of the organization's current funds without the approval of general membership. This does not require the approval of the executive. It does require the approval of the executive board by majority vote. So how do you want to? Let's write those first things down. Let's discuss what we want to do about spending money without asking.
Not have an off-campus.
Not me.
Yeah, like private account,
Yeah.
like
I
AMS.
guess it just have to be something that 3 people max. This one being the advisor, 2 officers.
Well, it would be through whatever the AMS one is.
Employees.
So that one's officially associated with the university, so we can't have our like own account. I'm sure that's in there somewhere. All right, so then what was the first one? I forgot. I have 2 screens. Why am I not? Okay. So I guess thank you.
Somebody's got to do it.
We're gonna have to look up these rules too.
Yeah. Like what we're required to have.
So Brandon and everyone else, after we get this written, we're going to put it into the right format, and then what we have to do is we have to go back and you can highlight stuff in here, so let's highlight anything that we weren't sure about, and that we have to go back and check, or put a comment on it or something, so that we can have another meeting and we can all go back and figure out what we need to check up on.
That's
And then
fine.
after that, I guess we'll send it. No one's gonna comment, but we should do it anyways. But we should send it out and say, everyone, come review this. You have until this date, and then we'll review it one more time, and then I guess that'll be that for this thing.
Yeah.
And we also have to work on the liability forms. I'm gonna be at the beach all next week, so I'm gonna have plenty of time to do this. No, not everyone has to show up if we're just doing small edits, but if someone wants to hang out with me, literally Google Hangout while I'm at the beach, at night or something, then
yeah, I will.
done.
I mean, I can work on the liability forms, considering I
Yeah,
have a lawyer in the
I'll
house.
forward that to you when Devin sends it.
All right, yeah, because I mean, I have a lawyer in the house, so.
Okay, that would help. Yeah, your mom. I'm gonna have after we get close to the final draft, I'm gonna have my mom look over it, make sure there's no spelling or grammar. You should have your mom look over it too.
Yeah.
Before we send out the final draft of it, and before we print it out and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we do have dues, how often should they be collected? Per semester or per year?
I guess you could do either one. Because AMS, I know you can pay for the whole year at the beginning of the semester.
Good point. So then I can say.
If you're paying your dues early though, the full year, that has to keep track of that, especially if someone's on leave.
True. Actually, that should just be under.
That should be under the treasurer's dues.
Well, that should also be included here. What is it? Not monitoring. For tracking, I guess?
For what?
All right, and then this is the part EFG. All right. So then, how do we want to manage spending funds without club's approval? Should we just say that the executive board decides what happens with the funds?
Yep.
Wait, why would we need to go contact the General Assembly and be like, hey, we're going to do this? Because
so we don't just go throwing out
we have
money
a
to go.
split-second decision, and we're chasing tomorrow. We don't have time to ask everyone.
So we don't have a party at someone's house.
Well, here's what we could.
I don't care about individual days like that. It would just be our executive office.
Well, what we
could
could do is, Sam, what we could do is set it up to where if we go chasing, and if it's a short notice chase, instead of pulling out funds to go chase, just reimburse the people with the funds.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because then we're not pulling it out. We're just saying. Then we can come and say, this is what we're doing. Everyone will probably agree. We're using the funds to reimburse the people that came with us.
So then, let's say, how about,
In the case of short notice,
let's say something about,
finance,
yeah.
Necessary financial needs. Requirements.
There you go.
Brian, you're so late, you missed Devin's whole thing. He's gone now.
Well, I didn't get home until like 7:20, so I didn't leave for like 20 minutes ago. So,
I have to go to the bathroom, so I can let you take over in a second.
Present, dude.
I don't know. How should I say this? Say,
Why does it switch over here?
Just make it difficult.
Yeah, like, let's start over here, go over to here, then come back over here. Freaking works. How far do you guys get?
We asked all the questions we needed to, and now we're working. We took care of voting stuff too, just to make sure.
Okay, so what did you actually talk to
you can always go back and watch the video for more detail, but basically, we asked him about general things. He said, yeah, everything seems fine, and then we asked him about his safety, and he told us that 1 mile requirement was something the university gave them that they had to do. But then he also said there's not really a way it was enforced.
To monitor it.
We left it up to the navigators to determine if the situation is safe, and he said, yeah, I mean, that sounds fine, but he's just saying that for Penn State at least, the university set the 1 mile requirement. They didn't have an option in that. And then he also talked about, with liability, probably going to have to go talk to risk assessment people with the university. And
is that what they had to do?
And they might ask you, if you're in this situation, what are you going to do? So he said you should probably have that planned out before you go talk to them. Like just, I mean, it doesn't have to be a specific situation, but what you would
just like discuss
game plan.
beforehand, like what specific situations are kind of come up. Like, okay, if this happens, this is what.
But then he also said they weren't too much of an issue because number one, they're not meteorologists, so they're not going to ask you or know anything specific. And number two, what else did he say about that? I forgot number two.
If they do know anything or see it from TV.
Well, they understand that in a dangerous situation that people are they're gonna try and work together to get out of it. They're not gonna.
They might not necessarily follow the plan you set out.
Yeah, but they're also not gonna be stupid and be like, oh, let's drive into it. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Devin was like, yeah, don't mention to anyone about your tornado intercept or whatever. Like, yeah.
Bad idea.
I told him about the election thing. He said he liked the election idea where you train the officers. He said he was in a couple of clubs at Penn State where they did that, and he liked that better than just jumping right into it immediately. And then
now also, Sam, I just thought for that safety assessment or whatever, safety assessment.
The risk assessment.
Yeah. We can also mention that we will be having a meeting just for safety precautions and what to do in case of certain situations, which will kind of help everyone understand, like, okay, this is what you really should try and do, instead of just sending people out there to make it up on the run. They're going to go through a meeting to where they understand what's going to be happening, and that would be something we would mention to them, saying that they will be trained on safety precautions and given some sort of guideline on how to
Yeah.
stay safe.
That's another thing we have to work on, Brandon.
Yeah, we need to establish what all we're going to talk about in that meeting.
I was thinking that probably like half of the material from the meeting could be something similar to the like advanced Skywarn training, where they give you like situations or something, and you have to identify things and all that. So you could literally pull half of that crap off the internet because they have the advanced spotter guides all online. And then the other part of it is going to have to be like specifically like navigational safety and like obviously like what to do in extreme situations and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean if you could pull those Skywarn stuff, then I could set that up pretty quick because I mean since I could probably give the class. I mean it just if we can get that and I can just slap together a PowerPoint with some more stuff on, if I can put together something that pretty simple to understand, just to give a.
Yeah.
I mean, it all has.
I mean,
like you said, just the, and also in some like safety, some other things is basically just do it off of almost like half Skywarn training, half like.
Yeah.
To where they can understand what they're what they're seeing, and then what the risk assessment on what they're seeing should be.
Yeah, I think we should try to plan the shortest, at least have like that take 30 minutes at least.
Yeah.
The shortest. I'm sure we can talk longer than that, but we should try to shoot for enough slides where we can talk about them for 30 minutes,
Wait, where
are
I
will.
Are they going to be inside here all the time? Or?
I think we're just going to have all our meetings in this room.
Yeah, probably.
It's the easiest room to do it.
I don't frown upon eating in here. Just saying.
We're not going to eat at our meetings.
Yeah, there's no food at our meetings.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, I guess I thought it was AMS. My bad.
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. We did finances, Ryan. That's done. Look
so
on my computer.
What did you guys edit? So you did.
We didn't really edit anything. Oh, the one thing.
Did you
remember,
guys do their elections or just?
We left that. That was already done from last
So
time.
finances.
Go down to liability. Remember that one rule in the Chase Constitution? You need permission from your parents if you're driving that car. We asked him about that, and he said since most people don't actually own their car and their parents own their car, that they had a separate liability form for the driver where they had to get permission from their parents if their parents owned the car. If that was like the title on the deed was with their parents. So they had to get their parents to sign that.
So they have to do
and
like,
they had
the
to
university make them do that?
Yes.
I think it was.
It's a lot of it because technically, if something happens, the liability is under the parents, not of. It's under the liability of who the owner is.
We borrowed the parents' car. No, that was because like me, I don't own my car.
Yeah, like I don't own my car either. My title is under my mom's name, not my name.
We figured that wouldn't.
Like the title of my dad's my car's under my dad's name.
Exactly.
Yeah, so your dad would be the one who would have to sign off.
Well,
if you really think about it, we only have 4 cars that ever go out, so we're only going to need 4 people to sign
I mean,
the driver's
it's just
thing.
you,
And,
Brandon,
and most of our parents already agree.
And if we get someone else, then we're going to have to get them to go sign it. But that's easy.
Most of our parents
The
agree.
parents,
Yeah, you just
they can
email.
sign it, they can scan it, and send it back to us.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'll be back. Wait, let me. This is the Penn State one. So look at this. We already did elections. You guys got to work on amendments. Whatever that is.
The bathroom. Dear God. What are you gonna be
You
in there
chill
for
out.
5 hours.
The big things are the amendments, the advisor, and impeachment.
Impeachment are pretty much just gonna.
And then I don't know what bylaws were. Yeah. Okay. Well, get that done. That's the last thing we can do. It's already kind of late. So after that, I think.
It's 9. They said we're gonna be here till like 11.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Well, I'm not saying that way. We can work on organizing it a little bit tonight. Maybe we can get it all in the right format. But I don't want this to take that long.
Fine. Well, I kind of want to be here longer than a half an hour.
Well, we'll organize it in the right format. That'll take a little.
Yeah, it'll take some time.
Yeah, because like otherwise I just would have come straight here from running to work on it.
So we need to do Didn't we already kind of talk about impeachment in this? I think under officers.
Yeah.
That was elections.
We talked about officers unexpectedly not being able to fulfill their duties, but I don't think that we actually specifically.
Yeah, we did. Membership. Problems within the club.
Yeah, but that's not an officer impeachment. That's just getting rid of a member. There's a difference. That's one thing if you're getting rid of a member. That's holy shit.
Because I'm not even like noticing that I scratch them.
Yeah, that's like all the back. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's bad. I walked through tall grass. It's
Yeah,
a
those are
stupid idea.
Yeah, those are straight pink. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, so
I'm in charge now, so.
getting rid of a member versus.
Yeah, so we need to do, you could actually probably do the impeachment. Would probably go under officers. So I guess you could do, here, like this. So. Hold on here. Trying to think. Should we just call it?
Java project. I'll watch you guys if you're doing this.
Alright.
Don't look at my legs. They're idiots.
Now
Something.
you're more
I'll
on.
set this up here.
Oh, geomorphology. Okay.
Last time I ever walked through brush without
Bug spray.
fucking bug spray and lawn care. I've got like, I counted. I have over 25 bites.
Yeah, I think I got like 100, literally, on Hatteras.
Yeah, I bet.
That's your own damn fault. Should have brought bug spray.
I did bring bug spray. We just didn't put it on.
That's your own damn fault.
Uh huh.
Okay, so
Okay.
the
I'm
impeachment
gonna take over
process.
in here because he's taking a shit or something. I don't know.
All right, so let's do this impeachment process. So first off, we have to declare when we would impeach. So should we just say?
Well, okay. So impeachment. An elected officer of PSU Chase may be impeached for intentional and gross violations of PSU Chase Constitution. So I just copy and paste that.
Yeah, just change.
Let me just copy and paste this whole thing about their impeachment process, simply because.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Camera rollback is typing.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Oh shit. Okay.
Way to go, Ryan.
No, it's Sam.
No.
Way to go, Sam.
Are you not highlighting at all? What the fuck are you? Oh. Jesus. What the fuck did this say, Sam?
Okay, there we go.
Hold on. Not quite.
Yeah, the C's and the D's are all one thing.
Okay. Right.
Alright, what's the other part?
Hold on, I got this.
Amendments? Did you copy and paste that?
Oh. Although we can probably can.
Alright, well, amendment to the Constitution must be proposed in writing. After the amendment has been submitted in writing, the changes will be displayed, debated, and voted upon at the next General Assembly meeting. Yeah, we can copy and paste. Except for the one thing, the part C says if the proposed amendment is rejected, then you can't be proposed until the following semester. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah, that's fair, because then we're not constantly bringing up some stupid amendment idea every single meeting that no one wants. Like I said, we have to make sure we Kmart proof this thing.
Oh, so I don't think you were here when I was explaining. But,
I want Kmart in here, though.
what we're going to do,
Not
we're
gonna lie,
finishing.
he really doesn't look Johnny Depp.
We're finishing this. We're gonna put it all in the right format tonight. I hope. I hope we can get that in the right format.
Yeah.
And
How
then
should we have to change the format?
I rewrote everything. If you go up to the top, because some of the things weren't written exactly correctly.
Oh,
So
okay.
I typed all this again. So now it all should make sense. I mean, I didn't really change any of the concepts. I just changed some of the wording.
Yeah.
So I'd like for all of us to retype that so that we get rid of any errors that way. That should not take long, though. It really shouldn't take long.
Yeah.
You just open up the Google Doc again over there, and you just. So then once we get the first draft, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through it and highlight everything that we're not sure about. Like there were some things with the university or something like that, and we need to go back and check university policy and all that, and we need to include notes where we need to include something. So then that'll probably be like half a meeting, and then the second half of that meeting, let's go back and fix everything, and at that point we should have that be the second draft of the Constitution. We should have a relatively decent draft after that, and so then we'll send it out or we'll proofread it. We can get your parents to proofread it. Brandon's mom's probably going to read it, and then we're going to
my mom, I can get
post it to the group
too.
and say you have until this date to propose anything else for this, any changes, edits, whatever, and then after that period, if anyone proposes any changes, I doubt they will.
Probably will.
I doubt they will. We'll check it over one more time, and then we're going to call it the final one. And we're going to print it off. And we got to work on liability forms. And so I say we have ideally finished the formatting in this meeting.
So how many liability forms are we going to need? 2?
2 total. 1 for the passengers, 1 for the driver. Or the driver actually does 2.
I was going to say, how about we just, I mean, I don't think we should distinguish between passenger and driver. I think it should just be 1 for, if you're chasing in general, and another 1 for
Yeah, so there's 1 for everyone, and the driver has an extra 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, let's just have everyone fill these out at the beginning of the year, and they're each
That's what we're
form
going to do. They're valid for a year.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right, let's
Or are we gonna have a section for the liability form and the driver liability form?
let's put that as subsections under the liability that.
Yeah, you currently have a liability form typed out at the bottom.
Oh, that. Sorry, I didn't.
But you didn't.
In case Devin said something I need to write down, that's why I did that.
Oh, okay.
No, let's put the liability. Let's mention it twice. We'll say passengers must sign the liability form, the navigator must sign the liability form, the driver must sign both forms, and then let's say that again. All members in under the actual liability section, all members must sign the liability form. Driver must sign the driver liability form.
And driver have whoever owns deed to the car sign the liability form, aka their parents.
Well, yeah, we can. I think we kind of put that. But we need to make sure we include everything.
Then all chasers under the age of 18 must have a parental.
We already, yeah.
So,
I don't think we even need to write that form out.
I mean,
well, actually, that can just be put on the standard liability form.
Yeah, we can. If you're under 18 or something.
Yeah, if you're.
yeah, have a parental.
That's true. We can just include that one form. All right, let's finish this. So, what is parliamentary authority? They have a whole separate section for this, and it says, Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised by Sarah Corbin Roberts, shall be used in all cases not covered by this Constitution. What does that mean? Should I ask Devin?
Want to look up Robert's Rules of Order?
Be a good idea.
Yeah, we should include this accessibility. I guess that should be a separate section, I guess. Where'd you put amendments? Where the fuck did you put that?
I don't think we. Oh yeah, we put that.
I found it.
Says.
Should we talk to? I know since he's the one mainly trying to get the sounding club started. Eric might have the guidelines for a club at NC State.
Oh, he doesn't. It's all online anyways.
All right, so Robert's.
I'm looking for it. I can't find it.
Basically contains rules of order intended to be adopted as parliamentary authority for use by
What the hell is that?
deliberative assembly. I've actually remember talking about this back in like freshman
But
year.
why
of
is
high
there
school.
an entirely different section on theirs about that?
I don't think you really need that. I think that's just something that
Would that be a university thing?
that might be a university thing.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of that on any of the other NC State ones, so.
Yeah, if you've never seen on an NC State one, then I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. God, my stomach doesn't feel good.
It might just be one of those things that are just kind of like given. You just kind of accept it. You don't really have to put it in words.
Well, I mean, yeah. I guess it's just kind of a safeguard, so like, in case
Yeah.
it comes up that someone doesn't become like a dictator or something like that.
I
What?
still need to include that.
What? I say we don't.
I don't think so.
If I want to be a
We're just
dictator, I can
copying
be a
the fucking
dictator.
advisor thing too. Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yep. I know what it is.
What is it? What is it?
Hold on.
Not, he's typing not. Not Doctor.
Parker. Oh, that's it.
All right, I'm only gonna rewrite a couple of these sections. I'm freaking tired. Ryan, do you want me to show you how to format this on Google Docs so that you know how to do it if you fire me?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
All right, go scroll to the top. So
Is there any specific formatting, or is it just need to be consistent?
needs to be consistent. But I'm talking about the hanging indent. So if you select, notice how this is all indented like that?
Yeah.
Select that. Yeah, select all that. See these up here?
Yep.
This left one is for the letters here. The right one is for paragraphs. You can't tab that in or else it fucks up the format. So if you switch it to that and it's still all fucked up, delete if you tab the C over or something, delete that and it puts it back. So like hit tab, it's gonna screw the format. Yeah. Okay, wow. It doesn't. Anyways, if you run into that problem, it's because see if it does that, just backspace, get rid of the tab. No, fuck.
It's Control Z it.
Anyways, and then to get the thing inside the thing, make sure you don't tab these over because it's not going to work right. But if you select it, it's just moved over an inch.
How do you just start them up and just tap, go, enter?
I just hit enter and I think it worked. Or it might not have done that and I had to do it each individually. I'll do a couple of these with you, but after that so I can show you how it works. Right, so I was on expulsion of members. Let me open this up again.
We've already covered expulsion members.
Yeah, but this is for the rewriting of the format.
Oh. Okay.
No, it's on the same one. Well, once we do it all, we'll... Alright, expulsion of members. So, we had multiple sections on this. See, I think because I did a tab, it's going to fuck up.
No, it actually looks fine.
Yeah, well, as soon as the thing's not formatted, so the next line is going to be messed up. Alright, so then expulsion members. Did I cover this? Oh.
I thought it was the whole process, like, you had to, like, have the notion of, like, 75% of the people, and,
that's what I wanted to change. I did the problems a little bit differently. That was the same, and then the member refuses or does not correct his or her behavior or continues to inflict issues upon the club. Additional disciplinary action may be needed. On and include. We should have like a 3-strike policy, so it's not the second time someone fucks up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Wow, wait a minute. One of my screens just closed down.
That's weird.
No, I'm kind of trying to fix up all these bolds and stuff. Oh man, you guys really screwed this up when you copied and paste.
Well, that's not even the right one. So
What?
that thing.
What thing?
The ones you're fixing, you don't really need to fix the format because we're rewriting it to the right format. I think all these actually need spaces between them. I don't know if I'm doing this right now. I'm so fucking tired.
Sam, you're losing it.
What do you mean I'm losing it?
You're going cuckoo.
I guess. What'd you say?
Does that mean you have to have space here?
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, I'm pretty sure we've covered.
We did. We covered it all.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, does
I
anyone
don't
else
know.
think there's?
What do we need to do this now? We can format it on our own time because we're not going to get anything done faster together on that.
All right.
Yeah.
So all
The,
needs-
the formatting will go better if it's just one person doing it.
I mean, I already started on it. I know how to work the formatting on the Google thing to get it to show up right, so I can do that. I'm not going to work on it
now.
I'll probably work on it tomorrow while I'm in that damn podcast.
Okay. Who needs
Oh.
to write on here still? What all needs to be written in the Constitution?
Once I get this in the right format, or whoever works on it, I mean, I guess it's probably going to be me. We can go back on our own time, but if there's something that we remember, like I'll highlight it when I'm doing this.
But
if
is
there's
there any
something
explicit
specific.
section that we have not written yet?
No, we wrote all the sections.
So all the sections are
It should
done.
be done.
Yeah, we're done with.
So I guess
Content.
draft 1 is done, and then this draft 2 is going to get in the right format, and then we're going to go through it and highlight and put notes and anything we're not sure of. Or
Yeah, that aren't.
Okay.
Like, there's a couple of things in there that we put question marks next to, saying.
Policy or something. And then we need to go back. We'll have a next
Yeah.
meeting.
Need to read like the university handbook or
We
anything?
probably do. We need to read the rules for the clubs and stuff. So that we'll do that once we go back and highlight
Do they
things we
have
think
like a
might be
handbook
wrong.
or whatever, or is it? I'm sure.
I was just looking this up.
TSU club policy or
Like
Club handbook or
that
something.
E thing. I don't know what that was.
student organizations.
Yeah. Maybe it's safety. No, that's not.
What's your interest?
I can
Student
always
organized resource center.
on that.
No, because that's like
I might
browse
actually.
by category. I want to do by category. I want to actually talk about
Student involvement, 103 Harrelson Hall. Is there an email? Because I can send someone an email, ask for the guideline, where to find that. Oh, pathways to involvement.
There you go. That's probably it.
organization info requirements.
Yeah. Where'd you find that?
It's under the student involvement
Requirements. Here's everything we need to know.
requirements. Student organization set forth by university policies, rules and regulations. We designed to user to designation for student organization, register student organizations, recognized student organizations, registered and recognized. So what are we trying to be? Registered.
Registered. Now, starting a new student organization. How to form a new student organization. There's a link.
That's what we're looking for.
On PDF.
Oh,
There we go. Do your research, all that crap. They have a sample constitution. Oh, good. They have a sample constitution.
Well, that would have been nice to have a while ago.
An organization.
Yeah. So they have.
How long is it?
Not long, but this is an example. There's name, purpose, non-discrimination policy. I don't know if we have that.
So wait, what did they put as acceptable versus unacceptable?
I forgot. We go to school in the South, and we got to have a non-discriminatory policy. It's true. I mean, Penn State didn't have it. I mean, does AMS even have it?
Yeah. Acceptable. The example club at North Carolina State University, not the North Carolina State University example club.
Oh, that's true. Oh, so we said. So this is a storm chasing team at North Carolina State University.
Yeah.
It can't be NC State and North Carolina State University storm chasing team.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Brandon. Good thing we saw that.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to go through and change all those. So it has to be.
The university can't come first.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm not sure why they're
So see, this is something we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to go back and read through this. If I wasn't as tired, I'd do this all tonight, but I'm not. We don't have to have a meeting, but if we all go, we should, all three of us, or if Michael wants to do it too, it's up to him. If we want to go read through this, I can send you guys a PDF, and then we'll go through the reformatted Constitution. Each one of us.
Can you email this PDF to everyone?
Yeah. So then each one of us can
do the help with the formatting.
Yeah, no. We can it's already going to be formatted. We're each going to go through and write our notes on what we think is wrong in there.
Yeah.
And we'll have three sets of eyes that do that, so then we probably won't miss anything.
Yeah. 3 to 4 sets of eyes.
That's part of our next step. That was what I was thinking about anyways, so.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, send that out to everyone.
And then.
Don't know. I didn't know that was there. We should have done that.
Seriously?
I mean, it's whatever. Ours is pretty close. We just have to change a couple things.
Yeah, there's just some small things, I think. The one thing we need to look, there's a couple things with, I think, liability we need to look on, and there's something that we meant to write about that we didn't, that we needed questions answered or something.
So wait, what was it? What section was under that you didn't write about? Maybe
I forget. Just look for a question mark. There'll be a question mark somewhere.
Yeah, I put questions in some of the things, so.
Well, that's why we have to reread it again. University hazing policy.
Who's the other chase coordinator?
Ross and Catherine.
Oh.
Ross and Catherine.
Brandon, was it university hazing policy?
No, I wrote that.
Manual.
What's Ross's email? Oh, Catherine.
It's C something Harris or something.
Yeah, that'd be something.
How do you spell Catherine?
As it sounds.
COTHRAN.
Catherine Harris, here it is.
Straight out.
Yeah, it's only one of them.
Yep.
All right, cool. I sent that to you. So then everyone knows what we need to do after I tell you guys it's all right in the right format, which probably won't be until I don't know, I have that podcast tomorrow. I actually might get it done tomorrow.
Who's the podcast with?
It's that Carolina Weather Group. I told him I missed last week's because I forgot about it, so I feel bad. I need to make sure I don't miss this one. I don't know. It's Joey Mosteller is in it. Ricky Matthews is in it every week.
So basically,
Scotty Powell, he posts sometimes. It's all local people, like North Carolina.
So wait, did you all meet them on the group, or?
Yeah, remember he posted, he's like, who wants to be on our show? And then this was like a month ago. I was like, I'll be on your show.
So
they're like, come back every week.
Right, they're all in forecasters and Storm chasers.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I was just wondering how long they've been doing it. And where.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for a while, but
They just want to have more people.
So yeah, also with regards to AMS, this is an AMS meeting, but I probably told you. Ricky says we can do the if we do some of those video call meetings, that we would do them at the same time as he does them. So then we can interact like between UNCC and us, and we have the same speaker, so the speaker doesn't have to speak twice, and there'd be twice as many people to ask questions. And, it would be interaction between the two schools there.
have you told them the big news?
Oh, that
The email in your...
No. No one knows about that until it's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to get everyone's hopes up.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No one told me anything.
It may involve Reed Timmer. You might find out later.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, well, yeah. And then Ricky also said Brad Panovich might have wanted to do a Charlotte Stormfest, so then there might be that opportunity, not in the near future, but the middle future. And then I emailed Nate Johnson asking if he would help us try to bring back Stormfest on a Saturday at the Natural Science Museum. He hasn't emailed me back yet. So there's all that.
That's because he's probably concerned about the severe storms today.
Yeah. All right, so that's basically it.
All right.
I'm going to roll.
All right, yeah, I'm pretty sure we got everything we needed. We finally finished this stupid thing.
Yeah. We clarified the liability. Devin's going to send me those forms.
Yeah, I mean, if we have the forms, it won't be hard to put together ones for NC State. I mean,
yeah,
I can sit down and do that in 10 minutes.
Yep.
I mean, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically going to be a carbon copy of the Penn State ones tailored to us.
Yeah, we can make the initial copy of them, and then if we have to talk to someone else with the university where they're like, oh, you have to change this or this, then we could just change it.
Yeah, because we're going to talk because, I mean, honestly, this is still all preliminary because, I mean, it has to be approved. I mean, hell, for all we know, we might have to put in the 1 mile stipulation or something stupid like that.
Yeah, but like Devin said, there's not really a way to enforce it, so it's really not that restricting. Like, unless you drive into a tornado with your car and destroy your car and kill some people, the university's never going to...
Yeah, but I mean, I guess they could also, like, I mean, say that you're, like, base hunters or whatever, and you're, like, 100 meters, and you take, like, some crazy-ass video and it goes viral.
That's true.
Then they go look at it. It's like, oh, hey, by the way, you were not a mile away from that storm. It's like, yeah,
well,
and...
I don't know. That's why we left it more vague in the Constitution up
to
the navigator, but
that's
if
why.
the university requires that, then that's something we can't really get around.
But then again, I mean, keep in mind the university, they're probably not going to be looking at that stuff. Not only that, they're not going to, we're going to be still going by Wolfpack weather. They're not even going to know what Wolfpack weather is. It's like, by the way, it's only your Storm Chase team, so... Or no, I stand corrected. The Storm Chase team at NC State.
No, it's part of the Storm Chase team at NC State.
Yeah.
We're a separate affiliate that coordinates with them. Yeah. Just so happen to be the president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll catch you guys later.
Yep. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.